Hey everybody, it's Clutch here again from the Sodak Motorcycle blog. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We're back here in Mail It in March once again, but this week I did actually a little bit of work for you guys, a little bit more than just this video. What you're about to watch here is my top five places I've been for my favorite rides. Now, we used to do this every single year. This year we didn't get to my favorite rides. Mainly because, well, I was going to do some stuff down around Vegas, but thanks to issues with fork seals and everything else, we just never got around to it. That's just pretty much what happened. So, to make it up for you, I'm going to give you my top 5 places I've been for my favorite rides. Now, mind you, there's some places I have not been. There's quite a few places I have not been. Most of the places I've been, it's been, South Dakota, North Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming, we've been through Utah as well, done a lot of stuff in Utah as well. So if you're expecting to see, Tail of the Dragon, stuff like that, guess what? I haven't been on it before. So can't really put it on top 5 places I've been with my favorite rides because I haven't been there before. So this is the top 5 of all the places I've been. We've got, actually on this same playlist, we've got videos from all 5 seasons of my favorite rides that we have. Been to several different places. I'm a little bit, as the filmmaking is going to be a little bit different on all of them, because there's one on here that's from like way back the second season I did it, and honestly I was not the best then, so I apologize for that one. But like I said, this is a true top 5. We're going to start with number 5 and work our way down. It costs $15 to go up to the top. Also, you do need a timed entry sticker or timed entry pass. I got mine set up for 8, although according to the website, everything else still opens at 7:30 in the morning. So it might be a deal where if you get here before 8, you can still get in without one. But honestly, you know what? It costs $2. The timed entry costs $2. It's not that expensive. Just buck up and buy it. It's $2. Yeah, I get it. $2, blah, blah, more money, blah, blah, blah. I get it, but here's the deal. Just do it, man. Just flip and do it. Because it's just easier. Just easier by the pass. Hell, I bought 2 passes. I bought an 8 to 10 and about a 10 to noon, just in case I got going slow this morning. But fortunately enough, I did not get going slow this morning. I've honestly been up since 4:30. So, alrighty, we are clear of the gate now. Okay, so this is Pikes Peak, aka America's Mountain, aka basically a drive up to the top of a big mountain. So, a few things about Pikes. So, no drones. Just found that out. Not that I'd have one, but so, speed limit going up is 25. I was told by the lady at the gate there is absolutely no passing, absolutely no speeding. I was told if you get caught, you get sent back to the bottom. So, keep that in mind, Rossi, when you come up here. 38 degrees at the summit right now, so we're definitely going to put on an extra layer when we get higher. That's for damn sure. We just cleared 8,000 feet for elevation. One of the biggest things you're going to notice is the difference between Pikes Peak and Mount Evans is the infrastructure on Pikes Peak is head and shoulders above what it is on Mount Evans. Basically, the gate on Pikes Peak, they got 3 booths. They have 2 open. Unlike Mount Evans, which has got a little tiny shack and that's it. And they're not really there for the Mount Evans part. They're there for the recreation area you have to drive through to get to the top. Also, if you got an interagency pass with like one of them basically gets you everywhere, national park passes, whatever, that gets you in. You don't need to pay to get in there. Here, you got to pay regardless. It's 15 bucks straight up, which, you know, it ain't bad, I don't think. Check out that view. That's a view. And they're gonna get better. They will get much better as we get towards the top. So far, the weather is looking perfect. So far, not a cloud in the sky. That's probably gonna change later. Oh, timed entry. Make absolutely sure you have a time entry pass. And make sure you have it on your person. Because they can look up your ticket pass reservation, your $15 reservation. They cannot, they probably won't be able to find your timed entry. So make sure you have your time entry printout with you, or have it on your phone so they can scan it, or have the number available. Either way, you need to make sure you have that before you get up here. Otherwise, you're gonna leave disappointed because you ain't gonna be able to go up. So, oh, I forgot to mention, so about the timed entry. So the gates do open at 7:30. However, even if you show up at 7:30, you still need that time permit for 8 o'clock. So technically, 7:30 is essentially when your 8 o'clock permit starts. My guess is they do that so that way that there isn't complaints about it being unfair or whatever. So yeah, if you get here before 8, guess what? You still need a time permit for 8 o'clock in the morning. Also, my understanding of the permits is, I think you can still come to the mountain, and I think they'll still let you in the gate, but I think you can't actually drive up to the top. Like, you have to stop somewhere in between and ride a bus up. I think that's how that works. Things that make you say, wow. Look at that view. I mean, granted, it's a little foggy, but, or cloudy, or hazy, but yeah. I think we're at like 10 or like 11,000, just over 11,000, I think. Yeah. Like I said, John Denver song, boys. If you look way down there, I think that's Highway 24 down there. We're a ways up, but we ain't even to the top yet. We got a bit to go, because we go all the way up all those kind of switchbacks there. So, yeah. That would be a trip, driving a school bus to the top. 2 school buses. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Like I said, love the West, man. The West is where it's at. Let's carry on. Oh, man. You feel like you're just going up into the sun right here. I mean, literally, there's the sun. Oh. Oh yeah, this is where it gets intimidating, boys. This is where the intimidation starts. Oh man, that's intimidating. I forgot how intimidating this is. Holy crap, dude. Yeah. Woo. Okay, just relax, be calm. Holy crap. You can probably hear it in my voice. Oh yeah. Oh, that's high. That's a cliff. Oh man, I don't know how those guys that do the hill climb can do this, because holy crap, dude. Whew. Whew. Okay, breathe. Like I said, this place is more, like I said on my previous video, this place is more intimidating, I think, than Mount Evans. Mainly because of this little stretch here with the switchbacks. Yeah, ooh, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy, we got nerves. Alright, one thing that's nice though, I'm a hell of a lot better of a rider than I was when I was up here 7 years ago with my 1500. So, God, look at that view. Oh man. There's some people running. Yes, they have a running event. You can run up the Pikes Peak Trail in a marathon. It's 13 miles up and 13 miles down. I don't know, man. No thanks. Even when I was into running, I don't think I could do the full marathon up the Pikes and back. By the way, just past mile 16, that's where the shuttles drop you off. So if you don't have the ticket, you gotta take a shuttle to the top. Now we're on the other side of the mountain looking towards the southwest, and once again some beautiful views. God dang, man, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So, fun fact, it used to not be paved all the way to the top. Right there where I just last stopped a couple times ago, they used to be gravel from there. But then they had a big kerfuffle with the Sierra Club. So that prompted the paving of the road all the way to the top, which I'm not going to complain. Because it probably opened up the road to like a lot more, especially motorcycles coming up. I mean, adventures would come up, and I think I would have eventually said, you know what, I want to go up there, but oh yeah, that's a cold breeze. 46 degrees. She's getting cold now. She is getting cold now, boys. Going back to winter now. We are at the summits. Oh my God, this place is so much better than it was. It's fully paved now. Wow. Holy crap, so nice. Oh, this is so much better than it used to be. So much better than it used to be. Absolutely. Alright, welcome to Pikes Peak. Let's take a look at what's around. Now this area is much improved from what it used to be. It used to be basically a glorified gravel lot. So, I'm also doing some research. There she is. There's the summit. Right there. If you come up here early, you got till about 9 o'clock. But once the cog railway gets up, guess what? It's not quiet anymore. So get out here before 9 if you hate crowds. But a view of Colorado Springs from 14,000 feet. It's pretty cool. Sure, a lot better than last time. Last time it was foggy. I couldn't see about this far in front of my face. Might have to find those pictures. And no trip to somewhere cool. It's complete without a helmet sticker. So there's my helmet sticker. I think it's time to go. It's getting too busy up here now. And clouds are starting to form, so time to go. Give you one more view up the top here before we head on down. Huh, just beautiful. It's so freaking far, man. It's amazing. I always feel so cool up here. I mean, in a way, it takes your breath away, and not just because of the altitude, just being amazed at how far you can see, how small you really are in this world. Gosh darn, wow. Pretty awesome. All right, well, let's head to the bottom. So remember what I told you about the no passing? Well, my guess is they're serious, because they do bike tours. Basically, they take you to the top and you ride down. And the vehicle, the chase vehicle, has a little sign that says slow down, bicycles. But it has the pass with care. The little sign that says pass with care is blacked out. So that tells me you can't even pass the pedal bike tour. Fortunately, they pull off at the pullouts a decent amount, so, but yeah, you get behind that, you're gonna be riding for a while. So I just figured I would pass that public service announcement along. Although, to be fair, when you're coming down, I mean, what are they gonna do? Make you go down the mountain? I mean, if you've already been to the summit, but I'm sure they have ways to punish you still. I'm sure in the monetary side of things, they probably punish you for it. Okay, guys. Now that we're back down past the hard stuff, we're back in the tree line. Down past, I think, about 11,000 feet or 10,000, around 11,000 feet. Either way, we've passed the last checkpoint. So I think it's time to close out this video. So a few more things about Pikes Peak. First of all, you notice there's not snow up here, and they don't get a ton of snow in the winter down here. Usually April, May, or usually March and April is their biggest time of year for snow. That's kind of the big time of year here. Otherwise, it's pretty dry, kind of almost desert-like around here. So there's 11,000 feet right there. So you could come up here in January. I mean, you'll know right away. I mean, you can see Pikes Peak from 25, but there's no snow up there. Hell, yeah, it'd be open. It'd be cold, but it'll definitely be open. I wouldn't recommend, you know, riding your bike up in January, but, you know. How's everyone doing today? Today, we're here for another edition of My Favorite Rides. Today's edition of My Favorite Rides, we are in Zion National Park. Today's date is May 28th. And it's about 11:30 in the morning, local time. And the reason I say that is, I got lucky this morning, and I actually got let into the park. They let me through because I was a bike, which was quite nice of them. As I say that because, well, this is a park you have to get here early, because otherwise you don't get in the park, like not even to ride through. Like, they were turning everyone around. Fortunately, I don't know how I don't know how I lucked out on that, but they let me in. So I decided to go to the visitor center, get myself a sticker, because the helmet needed a new sticker. But anyways, let's get this going, huh?
So yeah, one thing was land, especially if you're here in your car, get here early. I'd say period, get here early, because it's not, I mean, today is the day before Memorial Day weekend starts, so it is Friday, but I'm telling you, you have to get to this park very early, otherwise you're probably not going to get in, which is fine. I mean, you can still see a park, it's just you're not going to see it in your on your bike or in your car, that's for sure. And they do have a shuttle bus now that fills up quickly too, so you kind of, like I said, you got to get here early. If you don't get here early, like I said, you're not going to have the park experience that you want. And honestly, that's kind of how it is anywhere, any of these national parks anymore, especially the popular ones, is they're running into the issue of it's too full. There's too much traffic, the parks are getting too full, and it's happened all in the national parks, not just Zion. It's happening in Yellowstone. I mean, the Muir Woods in California, you already have to go online beforehand and buy your pass to get in. Like, you get into a certain time of day, they'll let you in, and that's it. And that's just the way it is. I mean, I know some maybe might complain that, oh, you know what, they're being, it's not fair or whatever. Well, guess what? Life isn't fair. Get used to it. Now, it ain't gonna be that hard for you to get your rear end up early and go out. Now, if you stay in, like, say, St. George, something like that, you're not terribly far away. Okay, yeah, you can get up a little later, but if you stay in Vegas, and bear this in mind too, Vegas is an hour behind Zion. So if you want to be at Zion by 6 o'clock in the morning, you're in Vegas, well, you better be running, leaving Vegas by 3:30 in the morning Pacific time. Or no, yeah. No, 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. Because it's about 2 hours to get here from Vegas. I know, because I drove it up this morning. So 2 hours from Vegas to get here. You want to get here at 6 in the morning, guess what? That's 4 in the morning Mountain Time, which is 3 in the morning in Vegas, which means, yep, 2:30 in the morning. So, I don't know, make a night of it. Stay up all night, get drunk all night, and then have your sober driver drive you up here. I mean, they're probably not going to let you in because you're hammered, but, maybe. Oh, man, what a beautiful, like, first of all, over here, man, holy crud. Holy crud, wow. That is so beautiful. For all that pain and frustration you got to go through to get here, let me tell you, the payoff is wonderful. Oh, wow. I mean, just wow. Gosh. What a view, guys. And this van behind me probably thinks, what that weirdo there videotaping that there. Yep, I am. And I just stuck my foot off my bike just to zip up a pocket, so I'm doing a lot of stuff wrong. Oh man, guys. The camera does not do this justice, I'm telling you this. And you kind of know that going into places like that. In fact, that's what you're always hoping for. There's 2 places I know of that the camera does a whole lot more justice than it deserves. That's Mount Rushmore and the White House. And it has nothing to do with who's in the damn White House. I'm telling you, you go stand on the north side of, is it Pennsylvania, whatever the avenue is in front of the White House on the north side, because you can't get anywhere close on the south side. But you stand on that side and the White House don't look like much. I mean, they make it look a whole lot bigger than it is in the movies. Like I mean, I understand Independence Day why the aliens would put their ship right over the top of it, just because, yeah, that's where the president lives. But if not for that, that is not the building in Washington you'd want to destroy. Like, I'm telling you, Congress is, that's a building that the camera does not do justice to. Washington Monument, same thing. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't go that way. Yeah, that's the route. Yep, I can't go that way. That is the one you got to have a shuttle to go down. Unless it's like a certain time of year. So, but that's okay. We're going to enjoy this. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Holy crap. This is so flip. Oh my God, there's cars up there. Holy, look at those switchbacks. Oh my God, this place is gonna be awesome. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. Jeez, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. I'm telling you, the hassle is absolutely worth it in this place. Oh man. God. Wow. All right, let's keep rolling. It's definitely warm here. We're sitting in the mid-80s. It's a hot place. So plan accordingly. If you're doing some walking, make sure you got some water, because it's warm. Huh. That dude that does all the narrations for the PBS specials about like national parks and everything else, man, it feels like that he should, like I hear his voice in my head right now telling me about this place. If you got pedal bikes, you know, might be a good idea to bring your pedal bikes here. This is definitely a place where you could do some pedal biking. bet the view behind me is incredible too. Definitely a park where you want to keep your RPMs up, especially if you got an air-cooled engine. You might be hearing the fan kicking in the background on this. And you notice my temps running a little warmer than usual, a little over half, but that's usually kind of how it goes in a place like this. So yeah, keep your RPMs higher here. Okay, that was a cool little curve right there. Okay, I'm still running, good. That's a tunnel right there. Huh. That's interesting. Now this is just the main road through the park. Like I said, there was that other turnoff up there, but you can only go down that part when it's like middle of winter, when the crowds are lower. Otherwise, for the most part, during I think from March to like December now, you have to run. You can't go that the scenic drive is what it's called. You can't do the scenic drive, which, and I've heard it's great, which that's crazy to me, because this is a pretty damn scenic drive as well. We're damn near to the top of it now. So yeah, big kicks here, get here early. Be prepared to not get in. And I mean early, like I'd say get here by 6. And you can buy your bus passes ahead of time if you want to take the scenic drive. I'd get here way early. Yeah. And get in as soon as you can buy passes. Like I think most of them you can buy passes 90 days out. If you kind of know you're coming, buy the passes. Because I think the passes are like $8 or something. Which in the end, you know what? If your plans fall through, guess what? No big deal. It's $8, you're out. Alright, we're coming up on the tunnel now. This is where we gotta wait. Yep, okay. So yeah, what they're doing is they're working on the tunnel up here, so that's why the wait. Oh man. Well, this is creepy. Huh. It is pitch black in here. Oh man, that is cool. Pitch black. I was not expecting that. Oh, that's where that little hole is. Yep. Oh wow. Holy freaking creepy, dude. Another view. Okay, this is probably one of the creepiest things I've done on a bike. This is so flipping awesome, dude. Can you imagine doing this at night by yourself? Oh man. That's the only light, is that. It is nice and cool in here though. I like that. That's kind of a nice little break. Oh my God, Jess from Her Two Wheels will be in here just having the time of her life, just throttling the bejesuses out of that Dyna. Just another little added cool factor of this tunnel. Wow. And now we are out. And even more cool stuff here. Wow, it's still awesome parts. My God, this park is totally worth it, man. I'm telling you, you need to get the Zion right now if you can. I feel terrible that my wife is not here with me right now. Like I feel quite bad that my wife is not here with me right now. Like, she is missing an awesome ride, but that's okay. It gives us an excuse to come back. Wow, so fucking cool, dude. Oh man, what a flippin' ride, dude. What a park. What a park. And this ain't even the scenic route. God, this is so cool. So cool. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I know you're probably getting sick of me saying wow, but guess what? You're gonna have to deal with it. I'm a wow guy. That video of me and the Tetons last year. Dark tunnel. Well, obviously, if it's like that other one, yeah. will say this much about the park only letting you bus on the one part and closing down when the parking lots are full. It makes for a lot less traffic in the park, which is nice. Makes for a little better ride. A little bit better presentation for you guys too. I don't know what else I can say. I really don't. Other than this is a great park and you should come visit it. I mean, that's it. That's all I have to say. I'm kind of speechless. like I'm just at loss for words. Wow. There we go. My God, it just keeps getting cooler and cooler. What amazes me is how polished all this looks. Like that's what's crazy about this. Like these hills, they're not, they're so polished. Like it almost looks like someone took a giant, massive grinder and took a grinder to the side of it to smooth it out a little bit. And this is natural. That's what's crazy. This is natural. God. I mean, man. I could just picture someone with a massive grinder up along the side of that, grinding it to smooth it out. That's what it looks like. And even more so over here. My God, I've never seen, that is just crazy. Huh. Nature's a powerful thing, man. Nature's a hell of a craftsman. Hopefully I wasn't speeding. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully I wasn't. I guess we'll find out. It's crazy, they didn't even look at my pass. They just let me, I said, do you need to see my pass? They're like, nah, we're good. Of course, they probably figured I had, you know, I had it in my hand, so. Man. This is the Checkerboard Mesa viewpoint. Huh. Let's pause
right here,
this.
my friends. This is Checkerboard Mesa. And, well, it's God's name because, well, you can see those little lines look like little boxes on a checkerboard. And this is a Checkerboard Mesa pullout. Gosh. I mean, just a beautiful view. And I parked way over there, not realizing the sign was here, so I feel like kind of a dork, but hey, whatever. This is my favorite rides from Zion National Park. That is just so awesome and cool. It's amazing what Mother Nature can do.
Huh. Well, guys, yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that's the exit of the park. Well, that was fast.
As you can see, Iron Mountain Road is the way we're going today. Now, technically, Iron Mountain Road goes all the way down into Custer State Park. I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to show you basically from the sign on, because that's probably the coolest part of that road is this right here, honestly, from here on. But there are a couple good places to camp down here. Spokane Creek's got a campground. There's a horse camp down the road as well. So let's go take a run up Iron Mountain Road. Now, before, you will know this, before I have done this. This would have been way back in season, I think it was the first season I did of my favorite rides on these roads, and it just, you know, wasn't a good one. Done with my phone, done very poorly. So I've decided, now that I have a GoPro, a drone, I got a little better technology, maybe a little better eye for how to make this thing work good, we're gonna do it again.
And that's what this whole season's been. You saw in episode 1 with Spearfish Canyon, same deal. This is basically going to just be a reboot season. Just getting a little better job at it. Doing some of those roads that I covered in the first season, doing them a little bit better justice. Now, in reality, the only way to do any of this justice is to come here and experience it yourself, because you just won't get the feeling of running down these roads unless you're actually experiencing them for yourself. So you really got to be here, man. But other than that, sit back, enjoy the ride. I'm gonna get the drone out here too, get you some drone shots. Now, for those of you wondering, I am not filming on any wilderness or Mount Rushmore National Park or any of that. I mean, we're gonna be close by, but I'm following the rules of the Black Elk Wilderness and Mount Rushmore National Memorial, so don't all freak out about it, okay? Some of the things you're going to see on this road is, well, quite a few curves, 2 pigtails, which are a little funky little bridge if you've never seen them before. Also, well, they say 4 presidents, and that's because, well, we got this little thing in our state called Mount Rushmore, and, well, there it is. Right behind that tree. But trust me, it's there.
Iron Mountain Road started its life as an idea by South Dakota Senator Peter Norbeck and C.C. Gideon as an access road to the new Mount Rushmore project. These two had previously laid out the Needles Highway in 1922. When planning the road layout, Norbeck and Gideon sought to create a scenic drive to the monument and not merely follow the easiest route. Norbeck's plan was always to make people slow down and enjoy the drive and the scenic beauty of the Black Hills. Iron Mountain Road runs for 17 miles from just east of Custer State Park East Entrance Station to the junction of South Dakota Highway 244, just west of Keystone. It has 314 curves, 14 switchbacks, 3 pigtails, 3 tunnels, 2 splits, and of course, 4 presidents. For this video, we started at the Iron Mountain Road headquarters at the Spokane Creek Campground. Just a few miles north of the headquarters, you encounter a small plateau which opens up to a great view of Mount Rushmore and also Black Elk Peak. Also, you get a preview of the ponderosa pine forest you are about to travel through.
So, a few things on the road. It is not a road to go all Rossi on. It was designed to be a road you take slowly. Like, it was done that way by design. So you could sit and actually, so you could enjoy the scenery where you're driving through. So with that in mind, don't be coming up here expecting to set lap records. Unless maybe it's 5 in the morning before everybody's gotten up, but it's a low speed limit road. I think it's posted at 25 miles per hour. Well, 35 in the before stretch, but then once you get into the big stretch of it, it's 25. So, not to mention, if you're here during the summer, you're going to deal with tourist traffic, and they allow all the tourist traffic, including the big RVs, so that's just something to be mindful of. As far as this time of year, so we're here, this is the last Monday of August. This is the last Monday before Labor Day. So it's not as busy this time of year. Obviously, you got rally in the front half of the month. This half of the month, you don't see a ton of families anyway, because for the most part, all the kids are back in school already. But what you do see here is a lot of older couples, some retired couples. So that's one thing. You don't have the crazy families all over the place, but you still gotta, there's still a ton of people around. This is still quite the draw, so you got to be mindful of that. This road, you don't have to pay to get into this road. Even if you end up going through that park part, as long as you go on, stay on this highway, which is 16A through Custer State Park, as long as you don't get off 16A, you don't stop or anything, you can drive through Custer State Park. Because this highway, if you go back, you turn around the way I came, and you go south for about 5 or 6 miles, you get down to right by the west entrance or the east entrance station of Custer State Park, and from there you can just take that road, just follow it straight into Custer. Like I said, as long as you don't stop or anything, you don't actually have to pay to get into the park, meaning that this stretch of road is free. Unlike Needles Highway, you don't have to pay for a park pass to get on it. So hey, that's a good thing. So although in the end, for the most part, it's a road and a hill, so they're always good. Although I'd say this road is probably our closest thing we have to, I'd say, like Trail of the Dragon level kind of road. And I've never been on it, so I have no frame of reference. Although I've heard numerous motovloggers say this thing's so much better than Tail of the Dragon. Now, I'm going to discount that with Prisoner of the Moment. The things we don't have to deal with this road are, well, the speed limit's lower, which is kind of nice. You don't have to go crazy down this road and feel like you're going to get run over. Because I don't know, I've never been on Tail of the Dragon, but from what I've seen of it, it looks like the bigger hazard ain't so much the curves, it's the ding-dongs that are trying to see if they can run down the road like Valentino Rossi, which is a really stupid idea to do on a street, in the street environment. Like, that's for the track. So you don't see near as much of that around here. And frankly, like I said, you can Rossi it all day, but if you get stuck behind a big old RV, guess what? You're just not going to get anywhere. So, is what it is. Alright, so this is one of the many tunnels that you'll find coming down this road. I'm going to sneak through because I'm going to be that guy. And of course you get a nice little shot of George Washington there. Those are kind of like, you may have seen that picture that's got the faces in the tunnel coming through. Well, you won't get it. You can get close to that view, but that's actually a made-up shot. That was actually done with the magic of photo editing way back when. Yeah, you won't see that close up of the face on it, but you'll still get kind of a cool view going through the tunnel of it, you know. So, and of course, coming up these curves, get the same deal. Of course, if you are riding on these roads, beware. These curves are tight curves, and they can sneak up on you if you're not paying attention. Especially when you get to the apex and it really does that dive down, or feels like it does. I mean, they are posted 15. I think not pushing it, you could get around at 25, but although I did that one at about 15 and actually felt about right. But that kind of depends on who you are and what you want in the road. But just beware, you might find rocks or something, or dirt or something in that road if you're coming around them corners fast. So, like I said, bottom line is just be careful on this road. Another thing you might have issues with is especially you got first gen Goldwing, you getting kind of that funky weird spot where it doesn't quite cool you down right. So keep an eye on your temp gauge, especially on a first gen Goldwing, because I'm in second gear right now, and sometimes 15 miles an hour ain't quite enough to force enough air into there. But if you stop at the scenic overlook, which we're going to, you can alleviate some of that and give your engine a chance to cool, which we're going to do. Get the drone out again. This is the Norbeck overlook.
At the top of Iron Mountain, you will find the Norbeck Overlook. With ample parking and hiking trails, this overlook should not be skipped, especially with the great view of Mount Rushmore from the Norbeck Monument.
This is just kind of a fun road to go down, you know? Especially the best time of year to take this road is like mid-September, when you're past Labor Day. The days are still fairly nice. They're fairly warm, but it's not, at least around here, it's not overbearing generally. But I'd say like middle September is probably about the perfect time to be up here. Honestly, if you can get up here on a middle September Tuesday afternoon, you have the road damn near to yourselves. And also, well, you can get t-shirts and other fun stuff for this road. That where I started there, I started the video, I should have mentioned, that's at Spokane Creek Campground, and they're the ones that and I think there's actually a organization too that like this, you know, to push the interests of the road or something like that. So, and I think they're a big part of it. But you can get like all your Iron Mountain stickers, t-shirts, mugs, hats, all that stuff at Spokane Creek. One downfall is that Spokane Creek is only open from Labor Day or Memorial Day to Labor Day. So, yeah, that's it. So here's a cool spot. We even have spots where you can see that the road splits just like so. Kind of wish the whole road was split up like that. That'd make things a lot nicer. You won't have to deal with that other lane, but still, This is a pretty cool little spot to run through here. This road is just a very cool road in general. And honestly, I don't ride it as much as I should, but man, I tell you, the few times I ride this road, I generally have a really good time. And for those of you that have followed the blog over the years, pictures and stuff, seems to always be a lot of pictures come from this area. But just there's so many cool things running through here. And at the end of it, you can run up to Mount Rushmore and say hello to the faces. No, your park pass will not, your national park pass will not get you in there because, well, it is a free park. You just have to pay to park. But if you are active duty military, I think active duty retired, or no, I think if you are active duty military, I think that's all they allow it for is active duty military. If you're active duty military, you basically get your parking pass, you go up to a computer, you validate it, and basically you get it for free. So when you pull in there, yep, they're going to give you a ticket, but you go validate that before you leave and you won't have to pay a dime. So good little tidbit for those of you who are active duty military out there. Time for another cool tunnel. Now, one thing I want to introduce to you is tunnel rules. And what I mean by tunnel rules is, well, you see how we can't see that very well there? Oh, and our first pigtail. So you see how you can't see through that very well? Well, when you're coming up the spot that you can't see, you're supposed to sound your horn. So, another little tidbit to know. Oh, let's see here. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna park illegally here. Yeah, we gotta shoot the drone up over this, man. Hell yeah. I know. We're gonna cheat some more.
One big goal was framing the new Mount Rushmore National Monument in strategically placed tunnels along the route. This brought about another problem: how to account for the need to drop the roadbed past the tunnels significantly without using concrete and steel construction. This is where the pigtail bridges were born. To construct the pigtail bridges, wood was used. This design, as you can see, makes these bridges blend in perfectly with the ponderosa pine forest environment surrounding it. According to C.C. Gideon's granddaughter, Gideon expected the bridges to last 20 years. However, they lasted from 1932 until 1989 before needing any significant repairs.
This one's especially cool because you can't really see that other side as well. These are just fun to play around with. Well, this has turned out to be a fairly decent summer day. And here's our next pigtail tunnel. After another tunnel, of course, with a nice little, give you a shot of Mount Rushmore here after a horn honk. Look at that right there. There's your money shot, baby. You probably can't see it, but... And there's the big reveal right there. And yes, I understand that Rushmore is, you know, not very good, and it's not as big as it seems, and blah blah blah, and all that horse crap. You know what? Here's what I'll present to that. I see the excitement and joy of about, I don't know, 150 or so officer candidates that come through our OCS program every year, and they're pretty excited to see Mount Rushmore, and they take a lot of pictures. And yeah, maybe some of that's influenced by the fact they've been stuck at OCS for 8 weeks, but I don't know, some people still enjoy it. So I guess if you're one of those that absolutely hate it, well, I'm sorry you hate it. Don't know what to tell you, bud. If I'm not mistaken, this is like yeah, you got like 3 of them here. Or no, 2 of them. So there's like 3 total ones. Well, let's stop and take a look at this one, because we got the drone, why not? Man, I'm very excited with these drones, with this drone footage, to see what it turns out to be. I'm really excited about it. The drone's really going to bring a lot of depth to some of these videos, that's for sure. And I can't wait to share it with you. Obviously right now I'm sharing it with you, but like I said, here in August, I'm just almost giddy with the thought of this thing going live in January. That's going to be awesome. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you enjoy the drone footage. I tell you what, it's fun to fly them around, that's for sure. Alright, let's look at some more. Let's do some more road here. Shut up and ride, buddy. Yep, that's right. Let's shut up and show the people what they want. What do they want? They want awesome motorcycle roads. This is my last one right down here. Sweet. Oh yeah. And pullout's right down below. Perfect. And yes, your third and final pigtail bridge. Now, if I remember to, I'll give you some kind of explanation behind them, if I can. I'll do some research on them that I can dub over that drone footage. I tried to anyway. Now, if there wasn't anything dubbed over that drone footage, well, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't do it. Alrighty, well, let's finish this one out. And if you want any more drone shots in this video, it's probably done, because now we are coming on Mount Rushmore National Memorial. And like all national parks and national memorials, drone flying is strictly verboten. As in forbidden, as in no. Strictly forbidden, as in no. As in don't try it, ding dong. Yep. Noted. I wonder how much that campground costs. I should come stay at it one time. Yep, now we're getting on our last little bits here. Any moment now, we're actually going to be entering the monument. And actually, you go a decent amount actually in the monument on this road at the end of it. And yes, we are close. We're close enough that my drone is yelling at me, has yelled at me the last few times I've taken off with it because of my proximity to it, so. DJI drones are pretty good at telling you, hey, ding dong, you can't go there. Which tells me if they catch someone flying a drone in there and they're flying a DJI, yeah, that's gross negligence, I think. Because like I said, this thing yells at you non-stop to do it. Hello everybody, Richard here from Sodak Motorcycle Blog. It is getting close on, actually it's 12:03 Mountain Time, August 2nd, 2020, at the junction of Wyoming Highway, I can't remember it. I can't remember what the number is, but I'm at that junction where it meets up with 212, and well, today we're doing Beartooth Highway, Highway 212, between Red Lodge and Cook City. Now we're not going to Cook City. Basically, you can see that sign there. You turn left from here, that takes you into Cook City, one of the north or the northeast entrance to Yellowstone. Oh heck, is that a? God, was that? I don't know what the hell that is. What the hell? Kind of like a badger almost. I don't think there'd be a badger up here. Who knows? Anyways, so let's go. Let that car get by from South Dakota. All right, here we go. Like right now we got some construction on this road. Shocking. You can see today we actually kind of lucked out. It might be not too bad. Granted, we're not to the top yet, but we're kind of in that time of frame where you need to be coming up, where you can probably get decent weather. Because much earlier than this, I mean, hell, this thing doesn't open until I think about the 3rd week of June sometimes. Maybe earlier. It's quite late in the year when it opens. And I've heard, I mean, it'll snow up here every month of the year easily. If you're coming through here and it's kind of cloudy and cool and a little rainy, like, you know, not very warm in Cody or Red Lodge, guess what? Don't even bother coming up, especially with the bike, because you're probably going to get stuck in snow. And then you're going to get famous on Facebook for being one of those dumbasses who said, I'm going to go up Beartooth Highway when it's snowy. Don't be that guy. Check the forecast. Now I know someone's going to post on there, well, I've been through there in September and didn't have an issue. Yep, I'm not saying you won't have issues, or you won't. I'm not saying that you're not gonna. I'm not saying you're not gonna have issues. What I'm saying is weather's a tricky thing, especially when you get up over, especially when you get up over 10,000 feet. Weather gets screwy up here, so just keep that, or up there, just keep that in mind, please. Like I said, you don't want to be one of those famous guys who had to leave the bike up there because, well, it was snowing and they couldn't get through. Because then usually, I think it's Montana DOT likes to make fun of you. Basically says, hey, look what these morons did. Look at the forecast before you go. Like I said, I know, I bet you my first comment on this video has something to do with, I went up there in August or September, you know, and it was fine. If you really want to get up here though, like last 2 weeks of July, first 2 weeks of August, I would advise that. The only other time I came up here, it was middle, or no, it was like the last week of August. And although it didn't snow on us, it was a chilly morning in Cody and it didn't get much warmer the whole way. And I think by the time we got to the summit, I don't think it was over 30 degrees, to be honest with you. We had every bit of gear we had on. That's the first time I'd ever had every bag on the bike emptied out, because it was my old V-Star at the time. And honestly, me and my wife were still freezing cold. Maybe I'll find a picture of it and post it here. I don't know if I will, but hopefully I can find it. But it's a terrible picture. Some dude offered to take our picture, and well, he did it really. Apparently he'd never worked the camera before, because you look at that picture and it's like, my God, we could have taken a crappy selfie better than that. That's kind of when our crappy selfie thing between me and my wife started, was at that time. Now it's kind of a tradition. We take a vacation, we got to take at least one crappy selfie. Just that's yeah, that's narrow. Definitely a one-lane road here. Waterfall down there. That's cool. I could run that track though. I don't think I could. Let's see the lake up top here with a killer view. Just a little bit. Now this route I'm taking isn't the route that most people take. Most people take the other one. It's just this is how the route worked today. We could do it for a nice route. Maybe start your day going north out of Cody, make your way basically up to Red Lodge, and then go take 212 down to I can't remember the highway number. I'm gonna put a map up here to show you. And then from there you can take the Chief Joseph Scenic Byway or like Dead Indian Pass, and that'll get you a nice loop back into Cody. Or if you want, driving Yellowstone, however you want to do. Everybody used to tell me how great this ride was, and I always thought, man, you guys are idiots. It's actually not that good of a ride. It's cold as hell. The road's rough as f. This helps. When you got a decent road under you, it makes a difference. It makes it a little more enjoyable. Plus, it's not freezing cold either. I will say this, if it was going to be cold today, I would never come up here. Or, I did this trip in conjunction, I went to Yellowstone and Tetons yesterday. If it was going to be cold today, I would have came up here yesterday and went there today. I went here, yeah. Yeah, there's the top right up there. By the way, if you don't get a picture of the bike at the top, don't be complaining, because sometimes you just kind of got to park where you can. Chances are you're nowhere near the sign. And most of the time they don't let you even park near them anymore, which is annoying. Well, I understand why though, because, well, it's a cluster. You can't just take their picture and go. Like usual on mountain passes, especially with these older Gold Wings, especially the 1800s, the earlier 1800s, make sure you're keeping your idles high, because it's pretty easy to overheat up here, especially if you don't fill your coolant right on your Gold Wing, which a lot of you don't do right. So well, the coolant blew out on him. He was all worried that the radiator is bad. Well, come to find out, he filled his coolant at cold. He thought the full mark on the coolant was cold on the overfill. That's not. No. On Gold Wings, operating temperature is full. So if it's full on operating temperature, you're good. If you check that and it's empty and it's not running operating temperature, you got to run the motorcycle at operating temperature. Because if you don't, you won't get an accurate reading. Then you're going to overfill it, and then the coolant's going to start spewing out on you. Now, one nice thing about the 1800s is when it spews out the bottom, because the overfill's on the side, close to the bottom, but still. And he was adamant after that, oh, he had radiator issues, he had to trade the bike. And I'm like, no, you ain't got any radiator issues. You overfilled it. You know, he said, oh, it always ran hot. Well, what do you mean hot? Like, was it in the red? Well, no. Well, if it ain't in the red, then you're good. But, whatever. That's the way that guy was. The lake. Harley Davidson. Well, it can't be too bad up top. That one lady had shorts on. I don't know, man. I'm going up a mountain pass. I can tell you I ain't wearing shorts. Well, I'm on a bike, I ain't wearing shorts. But if I do wear shorts on a bike, I ain't wearing shorts up a mountain pass. That's for damn sure. So it must be stifling down in Cody and Gray Bull and Red Lodge today then. Probably not Red Lodge. Red Lodge is high enough. Hey. There you go, some more views for you. Look at that, huh? Ah, there's some snow. You tell, we are getting high now. 66 degrees. You don't think it's high. It's August and there's snow. We're high. Now granted, you can get this high in Colorado and it won't be near as cold, but
you also got to understand there's a heck of a lot of latitude. There's a lot of difference that latitude makes between here and Colorado. Well, you can see in the tree line. Look, most places, especially southern Colorado, your tree line's damn near 11,000 feet. Whereas here, it's a lot closer to 9,800, 95 even. Look at that. The other time when I came up here at the V-Star, it was cold enough up here that at that time the V-Stars all called for 2040. The problem was when you go with the 20 weight, it'd get cold on you. You wouldn't quite register you had oil because it's not a pressure gauge on a V-Star, it's a level gauge. So going into Cook City, it was oil pressure light, oil pressure light. Oh crap! Look, we got proper oil and everything, and nothing bad. I also didn't understand that it was just a level light, not a pressure light. Had oil in it, was kind of riding it going, well, I hope to God it doesn't blow an engine on me. I asked the mechanic about it. Sure enough, you run 2040 in them V-Stars and it gets cold, it tends not to register it in the little sensor. So if you have a V-Star and you're having those kind of troubles and you're running 2040, maybe switch to 1040. That's what Yamaha calls for now anyway. I'll say this, we're going to hang up on top for a little bit because I'd like to pull this bike down a touch. Oh yeah, this road's so much nicer now. Look at that view. Woo-wee! Yeah, baby. Is that the sign there? I think that is the sign. No, it ain't. I think it is. Well, as you can see, there's the Beartooth Pass Summit, 10,947. And it's not bad. Hell, it's 77 degrees up here. Holy crap. I don't know if it's that warm. I'm thinking like 60s. But I'm guessing it's had a chance to sit here and be warm. But hey, we're there. We made it. A lot more hospitable this time than last time. Guy actually wants to spend some time up here. No, a lot nicer this time. Actually wanted to hang out this time too. Yeah, like I said, the last time I was up here, it was like 30. Of course, none of that was built up yet either. It was basically pull it to the side real quick, get a picture, and get the hell lower because, hey, it was cold. This is a little technical part. Look at my map right now. You remember that scene in Pee Wee? I can't remember what Pee Wee Herman. I can't remember if it was a part of like some other ones he did, but I remember that Pee Wee Herman movie when God, is it when he's driving or riding or something, and it's showing the pictures of the curves, and it starts off just some small ones, and then it's some other ones, and then it's a one. That's pretty much what that is. Yeah, I know, that sounded corny. I'll do it for you again. There you go. Yeah, that sounds corny and I really don't care. What can I say? I'm kind of a weird person. Well, I ride a motorcycle, so I think that makes me weird in jail. I've said it millions of times. I ride a vehicle that's open air, no roll bar, no seat belt, no climate control, nothing. Oh yeah, 2 wheels. If that don't say crazy, I don't know what does, man. Don't worry, in true mountain pass fashion, it is windy as hell up here. Probably hear that little whistling. Here just in case some guys, which they are, right on the edge. God, dude, don't ride on that edge, guys. Do not ride on the edge when you're on these roads, dude. Don't do that. Might get clipped by somebody coming around the corner. All right, well, so up here's the border of Montana. We are officially in Montana. Hashtag SDNMONT. No more Sodak and Wyo. $63 degrees. That's probably more accurate than 77. Yeah, it must be stifling down below. First thing is supposed to be in the high 90s again today, so that's where it's nice to have these roads all the way up here, because then you come up here and you cool off. Looks like we got some fun stuff coming up. Actually, I know we do. I've been up here before. The last time I was up here, I came up the other way. It's not as busy up here today as I thought it would be. I figured it'd be just wall-to-wall people up here today. There's still some wilderness left in this world, I guess. Well, I shouldn't call it wilderness. Areas that are kind of developed that aren't jam-packed with people. Yeah, see, here's where it gets gnarly, like I told you. This is where it gets gnarly. And when it's all said and done, we'll be down there in the bottom. All within just a few miles. Another place I'd suggest, don't be riding like Valentino Rossi. Valentino Rossi doesn't have to worry about going off a cliff on the MotoGP circuit. what, you like squirrels, this is the place to come. They don't, people do not bother them. But it helps when people feed them nonstop. Hell, I'd be hanging out too if people were feeding me nonstop. I don't know. People need to stop feeding wildlife. Stop it. I mean, it's all cool. That's cool that they're right up to you like that, but let's let the wildlife be, man. I don't know. I'm very much a fan of leaving wildlife be. Don't feed them. Let them have their space. Don't try to touch them. Only kill them if you're gonna eat them. Because honestly, you're gonna go through the trouble of killing something, you just as well eat it. Otherwise, you've killed it for nothing, as far as I'm concerned. That probably just pissed half of you off. Oh well. Yeah, look at how quick we go down. I'm really excited because today is the first time since March I've worn my avalanche hat on a legit game day that actually counted for something. We're starting round robin today, so hopefully they win the cup, man. That'd be pretty sweet. It's still kind of weird that, you know, it's August 2nd and I'm like getting hyped up for Avalanche hockey in the playoffs. Alright, so I've revised my thoughts on Beartooth Pass. Beartooth Highway. It is a pretty cool highway. I still don't think it's the end-all be-all. It just is. A lot of guys around where I live think Beartooth is the end-all be-all, the best highway ever. It's actually not, but I very much disagree with that assertion. I'd say highways I've rode, I'd say it's top 5 now. It's re-earned my respect back. I actually got a chance to ride it and enjoy it a little bit, so. It's still kind of an enigma though. Just because there's so many days where the weather is not good up here. This is just very unique where it actually wasn't too bad up top. Like, I could probably wear a t-shirt up to the top today and been okay. I would have got chilly, I'm sure. God, it's been a great trip so far, man. I'm glad I come. I still don't care what road it is, where you still can't beat the majesty of the Western United States. Just big, massive, big. Everything's so big in the West. Big. Big. All right, let's go ahead and all right, we're gonna get resettled here. Alrighty, well, thanks for joining me today, everybody.
In Ridgeway, Colorado, and follows US Highway 550 to a stop in Silverton for breakfast, and then on to Cascade Village, which is north of Durango. And this whole area obviously run between Montrose and Durango. You'll notice as I'm leaving Ridgeway that the mountains give a great preview of what's ahead. And even though this was shot on the 5th of July, Colorado had a very wet and snowy winter and spring. So you'll notice there is quite a bit of snow left on the San Juans. So the first town you come to if you're coming from the north in Montrose, once you get past Ridgeway, is of course Ouray. And you can see that this is about probably the perfect movie setting if you're looking for a mountain town. You notice here at the end of town that this is where the fun finally begins. And you get a great view of the town on the way up, and especially if you're coming up from the south, the view is a lot better. But you will notice here that also you get a good view when you're coming up from the north. And here's one more really cool view of Ouray you'll notice on my left. And here's probably the coolest view of Ouray you'll see, especially if you just sit down and just ride. And this one is on my right. And you notice that the mountains do a really good job of framing the whole town. The stretch between Ouray and Red Mountain Pass is probably the most scenic and also the most challenging part of the road. You notice that there is a lot of sheer drop-offs. This is one of those places where it's probably tempting to take a look and see like, oh, how far down it is, but I would suggest you probably don't want to do that. I think target fixation could get you here if you're not paying attention. So as far as safety goes, you definitely need to be careful on this road. It's definitely not a place to ride like your Valentino Rossi qualifying on the MotoGP circuit. This is definitely a take it nice and slow and really try to enjoy the road. And also, the traffic is probably not going to allow you to go super fast anyway, especially if you're looking at midday, not early in the morning or early season. I always do recommend getting up early and riding roads like this, or else going there late in the riding season. The one issue with that, obviously, is once you get late in riding season, being the elevation this place is, you can tend to run into a snowstorm, which is always fun on a bike. And speaking of the weather, it can and will change fast around here, so I definitely would be prepared for almost anything, especially in the afternoon, as you tend to get to deal with a surprise storm, and they are kind of common. Also, if you are a beginning rider, I can definitely understand how this road can be intimidating. But the biggest thing, as long as you remember your training, take it easy, ride safe, ride your road, pay attention to what's going on around you, you will be just fine. You'll notice on my right that it does look like there is one heck of a drop off, and I can assure you it looks a whole lot worse in person. But this is such a cool road. Roads like this are the reason why I think riding a motorcycle is awesome. You get just so much of a better interaction with the environment than you ever would in a car. Remember, target fixation. So now that the highway is leveled out a little bit, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the road. The $1 Million Highway started as a toll road that was built by Otto Mears to connect Ouray and Ironton in the 1800s. Later on, another road was built over Red Mountain Pass to Silverton. In the early 1920s, the road was completely rebuilt, and it was completed in 1924, which is the modern basis for the $1 Million Highway. Now, this road is truly one of the great roads in America. I love this road so much, and honestly, the worst part of this road is the fact that it eventually does end. This is the second chance that I had to ride this road, so I made sure to try to absolutely cherish it as much as I can. But like I said, it's always bittersweet when it comes to the end, because it's such a great road and great fun road to be on. But like I said, it's sad when you come to the end and you gotta head home. So if you do ever get a chance to ride this road, I would say go out your way to make sure to do it. Like, even if you're within a couple hundred miles, I would definitely make sure to work this part of the road into your plans, because you're definitely not going to regret it. Before we get to Red Mountain Pass, you'll come across the Idorado mine, which is on the left. Now, this mine actually ceased operations in 1979, and it ran a little bit off and on during the 1900s. It ran a little bit during World War II, and you'll notice that the mine is once again on my left, and then you'll see the remains of the old Ironton town site on my right. So coming up here on Red Mountain Pass, you'll notice first of all there's still a decent amount of snow on the ground. Just another reminder of the fact that I'm actually at 11,018 feet at this point, and also the fact that it was a pretty wet and a pretty cold spring in Colorado. Of the three mountain passes, Red Mountain Pass is probably the most treacherous to get around, and this is the one that usually gets closed in the wintertime, just because of the fact that it's so treacherous through pretty much this whole stretch. As you're coming in from the north, eventually you're going to come across Silverton, which you'll notice if you're coming from the north is on the left. Now Silverton is a former silver mining camp, and it's also a National Historic Landmark. And even on the hottest summer days, it can stay fairly mild here in Silverton at 9,318 feet. Now on this day it was fairly chilly as I arrived in town about 9 in the morning, and I think about this time it was probably about 52, 53 degrees, so it was definitely a chilly morning. But you notice as I go down my Main Street, this is another quaint little mountain town, and I guess if you're looking for another setting for a movie for a mountain town, this would also work. After breakfast at the Brown Bear Cafe, I continued to the south. Now breakfast was nothing to write home about, but let's be honest, it was less than 20 bucks. It filled me up, so I considered it a win considering that I was in a place like Silverton, which tends to be kind of a tourist trap. Another thing, when I was having breakfast, the nice sunny day that I started with kind of became cloudy, and at points it looked like rain was going to come at any moment. The other thing you'll notice is that there is definitely an increase of traffic, and with the traffic increases like this and traffic when you got to deal with it, this is part of the reason why I like to get going earlier in the day, because if this was later in the day, I would have dealt with this the whole time. The second of the three passes that you'll encounter is Molas Pass. And at 10,912 feet, It is quite a high pass, but it doesn't have near the amount of switchbacks that it does as you're going up Red Mountain Pass. So this part of the road is usually kept open during the winter. If you're coming from the north, the last pass that you're going to encounter is Coal Bank Pass. From here you'll notice the drop-off is quite quick, and on this day it went from chilly up here to warm in quite a hurry. By the time I got to Durango, I was definitely ready to lose a few layers.
Well, there's my list of top 5 places I've been with my favorite rides. Once again, I haven't been everywhere, so there may be some things that you would have thought would have been on the list, but I probably haven't been there. So this is once again the top 5 places I've been on my favorite rides. If you're trying to figure out where exactly I've been for my favorite rides, you can refer back to the My Favorite Rides playlist here on the Sodak Motorcycle blog. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like what you saw. Feel free to chime in. I'd love to hear maybe what your maybe of those 5, would you arrange them different? Would you have done something different? Is there other places here in South Dakota, Colorado, Utah, places I've been that maybe you would actually rank ahead of what I ranked? Feel free to chime in on the comments. So hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little long of a video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to thank you for stopping by the Sodak Motorcycle blog. We make weekly videos, come out at 7 o'clock Mountain Time or Denver time. And like I said, every single Thursday. So I'd like to thank you for stopping by. And once again, keep watching the Sodak Motorcycle blog, and we'll see you later.